Flight boss, bitch. For sure. You're now listening to the Mind of an Antares Moon. I'm the Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And right now, I'm finna show you how to do a signed and sealed spell, which is a signed and delivered ritual. Now, don't take the spookism out of the word spells and rituals, because if you do any type of spelling with any kind of language, you're using someone else's ritual. So understand that. Now, I know there's a million of different individuals on the internet talking about spells and talking about rituals and things of that nature. But what good is these things if you don't even know how to use them for your goddamn self? Otherwise, it's fucking bullshit, right? You got a lot of people on the internet that's just, they just see something and they jump on the internet and talk about it the same day that they figure out about it. But they don't have no sense of experience with it themselves. And you can tell by that. But for the most part, we gonna get into what's good is these things if you don't know how to motherfucking make these things work for yourself. Now, what's a motherfucking signed and sealed spell? Now, a signed and sealed spell right now, first and foremost, what you need to understand that you need to do this when there's actually a trine. So you always have to understand planetary alignments. You always have to understand where the stars, where all these lights is at. If your consciousness is just stuck on what the sun consciousness have taught you, then you're still stuck on this ring of consciousness and you haven't elevated in no sense of wisdom at all. So that's one thing you need to understand and overstand. You need to overstand the sun to get these kind of concepts fully. Now, for the most part, when we talk about a signed and sealed spell, now you need to, anytime you're doing a signed and sealed spell, is because you want something to manifest. As far as you want something to transition in your life. For an example, say you in a bad relationship and you want the relationship to get better. You don't want to manifest a new relationship. You want to make the current relationship better because you care about the person that you're with. Or say you don't want to leave the job circumstance that you're in, but so you just want to make sure the job circumstance is better. This is what a signed, sealed, and delivered is. This is why it's not a circle, it's a square. So it's mundane, but it's just sending a message to the higher, or whatever you want to call it, but it's just sending a message within the universe of your thought. And the energy you're putting in your thought is this, what you would call this right here, which I want to add spookism to and shit like that. So for the most part, this is why we're not using a circle, because we're not manifesting and using the higher energies or the light information to draw some type of situation in our life. We're trying to use something to manifest a situation we already got currently in our life better. That's what this is for. So for people who get lost, you see what I'm saying? So reason why I say you need to make sure it's a trime, because it's a signed and delivered. So for the most part, like I say, it could be anything that you write in here, and you could put it in a number, say, or burn something in the middle of that. You know what I'm saying? A letter that you may have had or something like that. But before you do that, this is why you need to understand that you have to do it on the days that it's a trine. Because the days that it's a trine is going to be a sealed and delivered. So think about a male, right? That frequency vibration manifested out of a circumstance. So, okay, think about it like this. The sun is in Cancer, right? So that would be the point, right? Now, reason why, if you're going to make an envelope, this is why it has to be a trine that day. Otherwise, you don't even know what you accessing. You don't even, and if you're trying to do this and you're not into the planets and you don't know what energies is going on today, then you really going to be lost. So you shouldn't be teaching nobody none of this shit if you don't know about nothing else but the sun. But for the most part, check this out. All right, the sun is right here. So since we know it's a trine today, the sun is in Cancer. So we're going to make a sign and delivered. Now, I already got my message in here, but I'm just teaching y'all how to do that. Y'all can write y'all whatever message, y'all, whatever situation or circumstance you want to get better. That's what you're going to write in there before you actually do this alignment. Now, since we know the sun is in Cancer, we know it's a trine today also. It's a trine between the sun, Jupiter, and Neptune. Neptune is in Pisces, Jupiter's in Scorpio, and the sun is in Cancer. So that's a grand trine right there. So reason why you need to understand the planetary alignments, and any true person who's into this, whether they're lost or how many levels of lostness that they're into, someone who has some sense know the reason why you need to know the alignments, because if you accessing and you're doing a trine, the planets that's actually trining, if you don't know what energies you accessing, then how you know what's coming to you? So for an example, if the sun is in Cancer, Jupiter is in Scorpio, Neptune is in Pisces, then what's going to happen is the way that circumstance is going to get better is going to come to you through the sun. The sun is going to anchor it, so that's going to make you be consciously aware of it in this realm of reality. Then it's going to be created scenarios that come from Jupiter. So it's either going to be an experience that you go through that you have to extract wisdom and knowledge from, or place a new meaning or reason into, and it's going to come from Neptune, and then it's going to come through your dreams, illusions, creativity, and imagination. So those two things is what's going to come to you in this realm, which is the sun, in a Cancer way, which is a cardinal water way, and that's how it's going to manifest through a person, place, or thing to play out as an example of what you need to do or what you need to stop doing in order to make your scenario much better than what it is. Because for the most part, see, what's actually going on here is we're not accessing our own energies. We're getting up and go to work every day. We're getting up and using other people's methods every day. And this is just really, you really can say this is just other people's rituals, other people's spells, other people's moral systems, other people's concepts. And when you get lost into that, you end up manifesting or making your scenario better a lot. It take it a lot longer for your situation to get better, or it take a lot longer for you to manifest what you want in your life. Then you have somebody even telling you you have to go to school for 60 years of your life to manifest shit. Then you have somebody else telling you you got to work at this job for 60 years of your life to the point that you just keep giving your energy when all these energies is free for us out here. This is a free world, free access, free universe, free usage of energy. So don't get lost in to a motherfucker who just became a source and they got many resources, so you think that's the source of all energy. Don't get lost into those aspects. You know what I'm saying? So that's what this all about. Don't get I just faded away all the spookism shit that y'all be putting behind this shit and shit like that. This is for your life. You see what I'm saying? Now, for the most part, if you already a person who's spiritually and consciously aware, then you're going to be open to seeing things that come into your life that other people who are low vibrational may not be able to see. So you'll be able to jump on the train faster to see scenarios to do and what not to do a lot faster than someone who's right next to you, vibrating low as hell, who telling you whatever you doing is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And then you slowly but surely, you'll start seeing these motherfuckers needing you in so many aspects, in so many ways. It play out in so many different scenarios. Look at this big ass beetle right here. This motherfucker was huge. I don't know who killed him though. My daughter must have killed him. God damn, that motherfucker was huge. God damn. But yeah, that's the motherfucking signed and sealed ritual for your motherfucking ass, man. Flight boss, bitch. Goddamn air.